Happy Halloween! I feel like I might have taken this slightly into the realms of pantomime game.
I think we tried to step it up a notch from last year.
I think you'll agree I stepped it up a notch.
Yes. My wig's hurting somewhat.
I was going to be Morticia, because you said you were going to be Wednesday Addams. So I thought, I'll be Morticia, but you took the only black wig.
Yeah.
And I didn't have another black wig, and the only wig I had was this. Don't ask me why I've got this.
No, but you are a specific person.
I am. I'm the Bette Midler witch in Hocus Pocus.
If you've seen that. There you go and look it up.
Okay. What are we doing?
Okay, so as we did last year, we are doing Halloween-inspired fragrances. So this is not your pretty, like, pumpkin spice latte type thing. No. This is your slightly spooky, scary, dark fragrances.
Boo!
So we have two to show you. Should we get started?
Yes, I think we should do Mr. Serge, because I feel like we did a Serge last year.
We did a
Serge
this year. Yeah, too. I mean, to be honest, there's lots from Serge Lutens that we could have picked because he is quite dark and spooky. But the one that we have chosen is you're attached to
I'm attached
to the set. Is Datura Noir.
Ah,
so.
Such a good legend around the Datura.
Yeah, so Datura Noir is a fragrance based around the plant, the flower, the Datura, yes. And Noir obviously being dark. Let's have a spray first and I'll explain to you.
Thingy?
I'm gonna, no, I will do it on myself.
Okay.
I was just thinking I've got a few things on already, but I'm not up here. Okay. So the Datura is a very poisonous, toxic plant. It's from the nightshade family, and we're going to show you something else that's from that family as well.
It's quite a big sort of species of plant. Yes. But it's not just called the Datura, is it? It's lots of legend names, like they call it the moonflower.
Yes, what's it? Trumpet.
Angel's trumpet.
Angel's trumpet. Yes.
Devil's weed.
Yes. So all of the nasty, spooky names. The story behind the Serge liked that was kind of dark was that they used to plant it on top of the witch's ashes.
Yes.
So in
so
America,
they burned her at the stake.
Yes.
Right.
So I always think of like Salem and all that kind of things. Yeah. But yes, when they burned a so-called witch at the stake, they would plant this on top of their ashes to ward off anyone from going near the ashes. So dark. The smell, however...
I was going to say, but it's quite medicinal as well, isn't it?
Oh, the plant?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like most things in nature, it can be used for good, medicinal.
That's true.
But also can be toxic as well. And hallucinogenic.
Yes.
Hallucinogenic plant, if taken too much.
But what Serge has done is he has mixed it with some really quite creamy, sweet things, and that is lovely. I actually think it's beautiful fragrance.
It's a very buttery fragrance.
Yes, it is. It's rich and like fatty.
Very much.
So there's quite a lot of coconut notes in it. If you like a coconut fragrance, but you don't want a kind of standard beachy smell, you want something a bit more hypnotic, then this is great. It's also got quite a lot of heliotrope,
which is sweet and marzipan-y.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and bitter almond is doing that marzipan thing as well. Yeah,
and my feel on the flower as well is that the Datura is quite similar to the tuberose. Yeah. When I think about flowers,
and there's tuberose in here too.
I think of that kind of heady white floral smell. So it is a kind of
very intoxicating.
Yes, I don't know if you call it a gourmand.
I wouldn't, because sometimes I think gourmand is more candy or patisserie. This is very much a rich floral, and like I said, it's got, for me, it's very creamy, buttery, smooth, rather than that sort of sparkle.
Yeah. So that's the Datura Noir, our first spooky fragrance. How about the next one?
Let's go to the world of Annick Goutal. So Annick Goutal has a fragrance called Mandragora. Mandragora, as in mandrake. the mandrake plant. So Anika's, in fact, actually this was a Camille Goutal, a Camille fragrance, and it was made in 2005, and it was the first fragrance on the market to actually use the real mandrake powder in a fragrance. And did you know there's actually only 5 fragrances to date on the market that actually have mandrake in them?
So it's very unusual.
And we chose the mandrake really again because it's part of the nightshade family, has that sort of legendary, it was always like used as a kind of druid's potion.
Yes.
And it would be either a sleeping draught or even a poison if taken too much and handled by the wrong people. You know, it's almost like 1 drop in excess will kill you, whereas if it just is mixed correctly, it might either make you fall in love or send you to sleep.
Well, a lot of people, I have to say, now know of it, the mandrake, because of Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's actually where Camille says she kind of got her inspiration, because she was watching the film, and if you know, there's a clip in the film where they're in, I think, is it potions, they're in the greenhouse, and they have to work with the mandrake plants. You're attached again. There we go. And these plants, they look like, they're a big bulbous root, like a ginger, and they look like they've got arms and legs, and they
look like a man,
and they're like this squealing, and they're trying to control them and work with them.
Well, the whole thing, you know, the legend, the myth about that, the folklore, was that apparently a mandrake root was pulled from the ground and was warmed by the sun, and from that mankind was born. It's kind of scary.
Okay. Interesting.
The thing is about this though, because mandrake I don't even think really has a smell. So what she's done is she's got loads of citrus fizz and aromatics in here. So it smells very kind of fizzy aromatic to me.
I can really smell the lavender. It is very aromatic, yes. It's kind of...
in a sweet way.
It's like spa-like, but amped up. You know that aromatic smell in a spa, but kind of beefier.
That you can smell the mint, can't you?
Yes,
because again, the mint is giving that sort of cool effect, and the pepper is giving it a bit of energy. Yeah. I really like it very much.
It's really good. Yeah, there was also another one, wasn't there, called Mandragora Poplar, so this is based on the white mandrake plant, and there was one based on the purple, but I think unfortunately that's been discontinued now. But it's a good spooky fragrance, although not spooky to wear. No, you wouldn't scare anyone off wearing it.
If you imagine, actually, it's quite relaxing. Yeah, it's quite calming for me. Whereas the Datura actually feels a bit more dangerous.
It does. Yeah, a bit more hypnotic. Yes.
Okay,
so thank you very much for tuning into our Halloween special.
Yes, and I love Halloween because it gives us the chance to do this.
Yeah. So we hope you have a happy Halloween. Stay safe, and we'll be back next week.
Bye.